wholeheartedly love to discuss it with you so that people from Bihar or maybe from other states, other towns as well, they can get the necessary help. The thing is, Roshan, you might have noticed that people from different states, they have different dialects, hence they have different mother tongue influence as well, right?
Correct, correct. Try to forget that day, but I cannot. It is playing back in my head. It is like one of those memories which you don't. It doesn't matter how many times you try to forget. It is always because earlier I had no idea that you could monetize your skills on the internet. Like I was consuming just so much media, but still I was unaware that you could monetize your.
Where did you buy this shirt you are wearing?
It does it look weird or what? No, no.
Good afternoon, Roshan. How are you?
Hi, good afternoon. Yeah, it's Saturday, so pretty chill day. How about you? How are you?
So far, so good. Can't complain. And I believe it's our first interaction today. So let's make it valuable, right? And productive for us and as well as for our viewers. All right. So I want you to introduce yourself first.
All right. So, hello everyone. My name is Dawson and I am from Bihar. I recently graduated with English honors and now I work as a teacher. I'm doing it as a freelancing thing. I teach on the internet. I also have a YouTube channel called Dawson Escapes. Yeah, and in my free time, I do record videos, play cricket, and I like watching movies and reading books. So that's pretty much about me.
Oh, wonderful. So you a bookworm? Can I consider
I won't say that. I won't say that I'm a bookworm. I don't like that word, but yeah, I do like to read.
Okay, all right. So how would you name yourself? Like, if not bookworm, then what is the right word? What do you think for yourself?
Uh, See, the thing is that I don't want to give identity to my name, like Rawson who reads, Rawson who watches movie. I think it should be fun. I like the stories in general. In general, I like stories. It doesn't have to be just books. I like everything.
Okay, so Roshan, why did you name your channel as Escape? Why is it that word?
It simply means that I do like to hang out with people. The thing is that I'm kind of introvert. I won't say completely introvert, but when I'm reading a book, I'm watching a movie, I'm completely into that world.
Hmm.
So that's how I got the idea of escaping. Rawson escapes. So that's how I got it.
That's something really new, right? So you can call it like I gave this name because whenever a person will visit or reach my channel, that means they will find an escape from their routine, boring, monotonous life, right?
But I'm very boring videos these days. So I guess they're not escaping. Yeah. Honestly, that was the idea. I wanted to create very chill videos, like going in the nature or maybe vlogs kind of videos, but I'm not able to at the moment. Anyway, so hopefully in future I'll be able to create content where people can literally escape instead of learning foreign English lessons.
Okay, all right. Okay, wonderful. Just one question, Roshan. Like when you started back in 2022, maybe 23, right?
I guess 23.
23. So when you started, and today while you're speaking with me, what change do you see in yourself? Is it a tremendous change? Is it satisfactory change, or isn't it enough according to you?
Before I was having a conversation with you, I was going through my older videos because I was editing and I wanted to see how I used to edit my videos and how I'm editing right now. I noticed like a lot of changes, the way I speak, the way I talk about one single thing. Earlier, I used to be really nervous. Literally, I was sweating before every conversation. But now, there is nothing like that. I can talk to anybody, and so that's a huge change. In confidence, being able to hold a conversation, being able to teach others. So yeah, a lot of changes within these 2 years. I've learned a lot. So I'm grateful to this YouTube thing. Because when you are recording yourself, you are uploading videos. There is literally whole record there. You can visit, you can see the changes, whatever you have documented. So yeah, I see a lot of changes, especially in my confidence.
Great, wonderful. So that what else do you need? Of course, subscribers and the monetary returns. they are primary for some people, but if your aim was to learn English and to groom yourself, then if you have built up that confidence, it's amazing, right?
True, true. And coming back to that monetary part, being able to monetize your skills, I think now I'm focusing on that thing also, because earlier I had no idea that you could monetize your skills on the internet. Like I was consuming just so much media, but still I was unaware that you could monetize your videos, you can create your courses, or maybe while you are learning, you can also teach. So yeah, that's another exciting part about being on YouTube, that you meet a lot of new people, uh, you make money, and yeah, there is always possibility to being able to go from one niche to another.
Wonderful. All right. And Roshan, as you mentioned, you are from Bihar, right? So is it a small town, or is it a district, or is it a good big metro city kind of thing?
No,
No?
no, no. I am from a small village. The district is Sivan, and
Oh,
I live in
I
a
had
village.
my student from Sivan, right? He used to say something like Sivan. I'm not sure.
Okay,
So,
yeah. So I am from Sivan. It's a
hmm,
small town, and I'm from a village, so pretty like it's a good place to live, but there is not, it's not, I would say, very advanced. Not many facilities are there, like you see in bigger towns, bigger cities. So yeah, it's a kind of village where I'm living.
okay. So to share it with you, I had a lot of students from Bihar, right? I have been really a constant part of their journey, and they have been consistent part of my teaching journey, right? And we have connected, of course, academically and personally as well. So they used to share their journeys. But one thing that has been really common, I would wholeheartedly love to discuss it with you, so that people from Bihar or maybe from other states, other towns as well, they can get the necessary help. The thing is, Roshan, you might have noticed that people from different states, they have different dialects, hence they have different mother tongue influence as well, right?
Correct, correct.
All my learners from Bihar, they often come up with this deep disappointment that, ma'am, we are facing a lot of issue because of our mother tongue influence. Why? Because we are unable to pronounce certain words, and it is becoming at the end little problematic for us to
Embarrassing.
crack interviews, or maybe to get a job, to connect with people, right? So although according to me it's no big deal, but for them it used to be, right?
Yes.
But when I'm speaking with you, there's little bit of mother tongue influence, to be honest, but not
Yes.
much, not to a greater extent, right?
Mhm.
So have you worked upon it, or is it natural?
I would say I was also conscious when I started. When I was in class 11th and 12th, I had mother tongue influence. I still have, but the thing is that I'm not as conscious as I used to be. Because see, you have to accept it that if I am from Bihar and I speak Bhojpuri 24 hours, then how am I supposed to have a perfect accent, or how am I able to skip or get rid of that Bhojpuri accent? It is going to be there. So yeah, if you can work on that, you should definitely. But I think that's the problem of every Indian speaker. I think we speak multiple languages. In my case, I speak three languages. If I go downstairs, I will have to talk to Bhojpuri to my whole family, to my friends. Everyone I meet, I talk to them in Bhojpuri. If I'm meeting my friends from school, or if I am working somewhere, then there I will have to speak Hindi. And now in my room, in this squad, whatever you want to call it, here I am speaking English. So I think we have to accept it at the end of the day, but it is, I also know that it's kind of embarrassing, especially if you want to get a job, if you want to work somewhere, when people point out that are you a Bihari, are you from UP, or from other small, not small, like they talk about your accent. So it can be a bit racist. I don't know to name it racist or what, but it does, it feels bad. And I have actually received a lot of comments when I was learning earlier that Roshan, are you from Bihar? Literally, people used to tell me, are you from Bihar? So I felt really bad about that. Why do you have to point out to certain people that, see, if I'm faking my accent, if I'm trying to speak like British, or if I'm trying to speak like an American, then you can make fun of me. But if I'm speaking 24 hours Bhojpuri and I'm trying to learn English, then how am I supposed to get rid of that mother tongue influence, right? And especially if you are living in that environment where you have no options but to talk in Bhojpuri and talk in Hindi. So I totally get that point, that embarrassment. But yeah, if you can work on that, you should. And I think after class 12th, I stopped consuming Hindi media. I, I was already influenced by a lot of Western YouTubers or their content, but then I completely stopped watching Hindi content. So maybe when I listened a lot, my pronunciation improved some way. But yeah, there is still a lot of improvement need to be done or needs
There
to
is
be done.
always a room of improvement, no matter what
Yes.
your level is. So it's completely all right, right? So you know why I asked this question? There was no intent to demean someone or pass any derogatory comments. The only reason was to normalize this thing, right? I
Yes.
really want to normalize that. If you're having, suppose I get learners who speak Malayalam, right, or Telugu, and they are
Mhm.
overly concerned and conscious that I just want to get rid of this mother tongue influence. But why? If you're clear and confident, and if you're comfortable speaking, then why is this one point taking toll on your mind,
Mhm.
right? It really takes. And Roshan, as you mentioned it, that you have accepted it, right? Although you might be
Mhm.
working on it, of course, we should work on it. But just keeping that one thing on mind and trying to demotivate yourself is not really the task. Okay.
True. True.
So I remember my very first learner, he was from Bihar. In fact, I told you from Shivan or Sivan. I am not sure what town. But every time he
Chapter.
used to mention that, ma'am, today I have my doctor's appointment in Sivan. So I'll be traveling. I can't attend session today. So I remembered this particular town or city, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And Roshan, also I want you to tell me, like as you mentioned that you might have faced some criticism, some people might have pulled you back, some people, you might have met some people who really motivated you to perform better or rise and shine.
Yes.
I want you to tell me, was there any particular incident uh, that you consider as something that was really a kind of turning point in your life, or that you would love to mention?
Uh, about English learning or something that
In
happened in my
general,
life.
it can be in general, something you would like to share about your journey, about yourself.
Uh, See, I live a very boring life. There is nothing much going in my life. But yeah, when I started working, I noticed that you can make impact on others people's life, especially if you are a teacher. I never wanted to do this job. Like when I started, it was really like I was cursing myself that why do I have to work as a teacher? But when I spent about a couple of months, I started spending time with the students. I realized that this is a good place to be. I mean,
Quite
you can literally
fulfilling.
change their lives.
Yes, it
Yes,
might be
yes,
quite
quite
fulfilling.
fulfilling.
Hmm.
Yeah. So when I worked there for 6 months, I won't say it was a single day, but over this past 6 months and a year, I saw a lot of changes in myself. I was more disciplined. I was able to work on my shortcomings, whether it was related to my subject, my behavior, my attitude. A lot of things improved. So I won't say single day, but oh, more than a year when I was working in this school, uh, high school, where I had to interact with a lot of students and a lot of teachers. So yeah, that really literally changed my life. What I'm doing right now, it is it is because of that. So and yeah, talking about English, we were talking about earlier mother tongue influence. So I remember it clearly, and I always try to forget that day, but I cannot. It is playing back in my head. It is like one of those memories which you don't. It doesn't matter how many times you try to forget, it is always there. So I was traveling with my friend Farhan, Delhi. So we wanted to watch a movie because our train got late. So we went to this theater, and I asked something to the guard there, and he literally asked me, "Are you guys from Bihar?" He
Okay.
literally asked me, "Are you from Bihar?" Maybe because I said something in English, maybe it was one line, or I don't know. I don't remember. I have tried to consciously forget that. So yeah, that also made me to work on my English. I joined a class. I started working for about 6 months. And then I wanted to return to that place. I wanted to talk to him for a couple of minutes. See, you don't have to make fun of somebody if he or she is from Bihar. So it's funny in our country how big of a thing this is. English, how people try to judge you whether you are from this place or that place just because of a few lines. I think it is everywhere, not just in our country, but the scope of English is like it is undescribable here in our country.
Absolutely. And okay, so I have something to say because I have been personally connected to a lot of students from Bihar, and I have seen
Yeah.
their journey, their attitude, their behavior, their perspective towards things. I can't generalize it because I have just reached to particular, or we can say a minute section of Bihar. But if I ask you, since you live there, you have been born and taught up there, I want you to tell me what qualities would you like to mention of people from Bihar that
Mhm.
other people might not be having? Is there anything like that?
Yeah, actually, I haven't traveled much, so I only know Bihari people. I
Hmm.
think we are generous. I think I haven't seen anybody. See, the stereotypes of Bihar is popular everywhere. They think that we are uneducated. We eat gudka, pan masala. So these are some stereotypes. I know that. But see, people of Bihar are very chill. I think they are very fun to hang out with. I have traveled a few places. No, I won't consider myself a traveler, but I think we are more approachable. I would say if you approach somebody, they would talk to you forever. Even though you are introvert, extrovert, they will not care.
Hmm.
They will talk. So I think they are more approachable in comparison to other state people. That's what I feel.
Okay, that's great. And I would like to mention some things you forgot to mention, but I would love to add in this. I think, as you mentioned, the word is right, stereotype. There
Mhm.
there was a scenario where when Bihar was really famous, or we can say infamous, for being uneducated. But now, if you see the generation, I can talk about your or my generation, people are really shining bright like anything, right? They are coming from small villages, like from interiors. They are working really, really hard, maybe to break those stereotypes and not to be
Yeah.
called what their previous generations were called as, like uneducated and uncivilized, like that. So
Mhm.
these days these guys are working really, really hard, and
Yes.
the kind of effort they are putting on themselves,
Mhm.
it's amazing, it's commendable, and it is praiseworthy. Why? Because I have seen
Yes.
my students, they work so hard on themselves just to prove or shine brighter. Why? Because they have been facing those things, no, right? Like as
Yeah.
you mentioned. So
Mhm.
that is one thing, and that is again a stereotype, that they are uneducated. Of course, it might be still prevalent or prevailing in some areas, still in the interiors, but they are very, very hardworking,
No
really.
doubt. No doubt.
So, this is one thing that I have noticed, and you can really justify my words if I'm right, because
True,
of my
true. I
experience.
mean, I visited Patna a few months ago. I've been to another districts, another town. So you can see literally people are doing great in their lives. And in other states also, we are everywhere. And yeah, we are doing great, I guess.
Totally. And in West Bengal, my students, they are from Kolkata as well. So they were telling me, like, you will find a lot of people from Bihar here because they migrate to West Bengal, if I'm not wrong, right? A
I'm
lot
not
of
sure.
people.
I mean, for work, yeah, for work, they might be there.
Hmm.
I think, as I mentioned, we are everywhere. So in every town, every city, you will find us.
Great, amazing. So, Roshan, if I ask you on the same note, what difference have you seen in your parents' generation or grandparents' generation, and now when it comes to academics or learning or soft skills? Is there more awareness and more urge to learn? Are you able to see
Yes, yes.
that?
It is everywhere. Like the desire to improve. And thanks to the internet and the exposure, everyone knows what they have to do. Talking about my family and that older generation, I come from a family background where nobody was much educated. You know, my parents haven't gone to school, but they made sure that we went to school. My siblings, and we did. My sister went to college. I couldn't go to. My brother is in college. So I think this generation, or I would say like 20 years ago, or the last 20 years, we have improved a lot and it is changing day by day. Everyone is getting more aware that what they have to do, which are the areas, which are the soft skills they have to learn. And, you know, like, let's talk about this. Let me give you one simple example. Computers. Computers were alien for where I come from. We didn't know about computers anything. Like 10 years ago when I was in high school, computers were not even that popular in my town, in my area. But if you go to bigger towns, bigger cities, all the people knew. So now this generation, they are getting the exposure. They have computers, they have internet. They can learn, they can work on their skills. So I guess a lot of changes, and I think in upcoming time it's going to get a lot better.
Absolutely, it will. Because there is
Yeah.
an urge to learn, right? To become better.
Exactly.
And you will find more in people from Bihar. Why? Because they have faced that criticism. So now it's like a responsibility on them that we have to prove ourselves, right? So this is something that I'm able to notice. And are you aware of little bit of crime rate? Like, has it reduced? Has it declined? Or is it
I
increasing?
think yes, has declined because when I was in high school, my teachers used to give a lot of examples from their days, like how they couldn't go everywhere they wanted to, mafia and all those gangsters. But I think it has reduced a lot. We do see a lot of examples here and there, maybe in some countryside or maybe in bigger towns also. But yeah, comparing to last 50, 40 years, a lot of improvement.
Great. Amazing. And also, Roshan, there is one more thing. Like, do you see a lot of migration in Bihar? Or people are willing to stay in Patna or maybe some other good towns or districts?
There is migration thing. People like to leave Bihar just because of there not many employment, or I would say opportunities to work in bigger companies. Once you graduate or after plus two, everyone leaves Bihar. Like most of them who can afford, they leave Bihar. That's the thing, and that's why we are everywhere for job, for education, for employment, and Patna is, that center where everyone is trying to go after their plus two or before plus two. Once they graduate high school, they go to Patna or maybe they move to bigger cities like Delhi for their higher education. I think it's only because we don't have that options, that many colleges here, that many job opportunities. But yeah, people who are rich enough, who can afford, they definitely leave this place. Still, that's a problem
True that.
because yeah, on ground level, if you see, no matter how much we talk about that, we are putting effort, but at the end of the day, we have to make a living. And if you're not able to find that living, apart from that government jobs, people go to Delhi, Mumbai, or bigger cities. They go there.
And I think there is a lot of hype of government jobs over there,
True.
right?
No doubt. No
I
doubt.
mean, for them, it is like government job is everything. And
Yes.
private job, even if you're earning 5 times, 5x more than them, you won't
Yeah.
be anything. Like you are nothing.
Nothing.
Government
True.
job,
Very
even
true.
if you are if you are 15K, if you are earning 10K, 15K, but you have that tag of being a government employee, then you are doing great in your life. You're thriving. That is how the mindset
True.
is. Is it
Yeah.
still there?
No, no, no. I think it is changing. But like if you talk about last 10 years, before 10 years, it was there. But I think uh, a lot of people, a lot of family, they are trying to make their children part of that government thing. But yeah, I don't want to work in government. If I don't think I can work. I want to. Who doesn't want to? But I don't think I can. I'm not ready for that much.
Okay.
That much.
So my student, my learner, he is from Bihar. So I remember he used to tell me, ma'am, he used to live in PG, that means paying guest, and he was preparing for his interviews, like final years. So every time I used to ask him, you're struggling so much here. Why aren't you going back home? Go back home, prepare peacefully, live with your parents. He said, ma'am, I don't want to go. I said, why? What is the reason? So he used to tell me that, ma'am, once I'll go, all this motivation that you have given me, I am giving to myself, I'm gaining from my friends and teachers, it will all just swipe away. I said, why? Because he said, ma'am, once I'll go, they'll again start with the same thing. Leave all this, start preparing for government jobs. So he was an engineer, right? He was doing very well. But again, the same thing, prepare for government jobs, prepare for it. So I said, okay, then you stay here only, don't go back. So that is how I used to have this conversation. I still remember. Also, Roshan, just a quick plan. What's your plan in future? May I know?
Obviously, not going in government jobs. Actually, yeah, my plan is very simple to work on my YouTube channel, and I'm planning to do masters, and then I'll try for JRF net. Let's see how it goes. I have taken a year gap, so I'm doing nothing apart from working on my YouTube and taking online classes. This is what I'm doing. So next year, I'm trying to get into a good college to do my masters. If I'm able to, I'll do with that. Otherwise, I have some other plans. I don't know how confident I am to pursue that, but some of my, I'm saying it here, like I have never said this anywhere, but I want to have some accountability. So, like, I know some of my relatives who are working in Dubai, Saudi, like they started very small, but now they are doing great in their lives. They started from like their salary was very low, but after spending a couple of years, they managed to do it. So they when they talk to me, they see like Roshan, you can also do great in your life. You are doing well right now, but you can do better. So I have given myself a couple of years. If I'm able to do something, make something out of whatever I'm doing on the internet, then hopefully I'll continue this.
Great, wonderful. So I wish you all the best for your journey.
Thank you.
And our conversation is about to come to an end. And it was really an unplanned, random, fluent conversation with you. It was an amazing conversation with you. Such a pleasure speaking with you. Also, I would like to quickly ask, from where did you buy this shirt you are wearing? Buy this shirt you are wearing.
Does it look weird or what?
No, it's good.
I got it from the local shopping mall. So yeah,
Me
I got
too,
it quite cheap.
right?
Yes.
Because I have bought this shirt. I bought 2 to 3 pieces altogether. And this shirt was my last minute savior. I was about to go next day. We were traveling. So we needed some floral shirts, And this shirt came to the rescue and it saved us. And I bought 3 pieces for 3 members.
Yeah.
And they all wore it together. And that is how I came to. It looks amazing,
yes,
right?
It's quite comfortable, Like I also have 2 or 3 shirts similar to this one.
Yes.
I think it looks good.
No, it looks
It's
good.
very comfortable.
No worries.
Yes.
Right? So, Roshan, glad listening to you today, discussing with you, and I hope to see you very, very soon. Have a great day.
Hopefully.